Just another Monday.
Welcome to Monday Mumday. We're Joey and Emma,
bringing you a new,
real,
raw parenting podcast series.
talking to experts,
Celebrities
parents,
and influencers,
to shine a light on the areas of parenting that are overlooked
unspoken,
or not Instagram worthy. We say that every day is a Monday for a mama. Please subscribe,
like,
comment,
and follow our journey on Monday Mumday.
Joey Kendall Brown.
Emma Soraya Beard.
Thank you for listening!
Just another Monday.
Hello and welcome to Monday Mumday. We are so excited to tell you guys that this episode is sponsored by Nano Baby.
They are such a brilliant brand. They've just launched in the UK. They have designed the first baby bottle specifically for breast milk. So ideal for all you mamas out there who are breastfeeding and expressing.
Nano Baby epitomises everything that Monday Mumday is about, preparing and empowering parents.
Its unique design means it both cools down and warms up twice as fast as a standard shaped bottle, so it helps preserve the nutrients in the breast milk. And its breast-like shape means it's easy holding for little hands.
It's super simple to use as you can pump directly into the bottle as it comes with an adapter that fits most pumps, so no chance of spillages.
And finally, the bottles can stack on top of each other for easy storage in the fridge. Such a smart design.
So whether you want to get your partner involved, you're struggling with feeding, have to return to work, or just need a break, it's the perfect companion on your breastfeeding journey.
It's available in John Lewis, Mamas and Papas, or on Nano Baby's website at nanobaby.co.uk. Today we'll be talking openly and honestly to the stunning TV star, fitness entrepreneur and mama-to-be, Lucy Mecklenburg. Today we'll be talking all things pregnancy and fitness, from morning sickness, mum guilt and adjusting to life with bump, to how to navigate the highs and lows of pregnancy and whether we should work out during pregnancy.
Lucy, thank you so much for joining us and congratulations.
Thank you. That intro was lovely.
So fancy.
Very nice.
And your bump is beautiful.
Oh, thank you. Do you know what? Most people say I've got quite a large bump for how
I
far
don't think
gone
you
I am.
have.
It's a cute
Really?
bump, cute bump.
Is it? I love it. It's an excuse when I'm eating loads at dinner.
Yeah.
Everyone goes, all right, she's pregnant. We can see it.
Isn't it good though, when you do fall pregnant, you, past the sickness stage, I felt like I can eat everything. It
Yeah.
doesn't matter what I eat now. I can just
did.
eat whatever, indulge.
I was so greedy. I put on 3 stone.
Did you?
Yeah,
you?
literally. Like, I just thought I'm going to have those crisps. I felt so sick.
Yeah.
So I was just
Yeah.
food,
I need to eat.
carbs.
The first 12 weeks, I had to eat every hour.
Yeah.
I was eating constantly. It had to be beige. And it was every hour because otherwise I'd be sick.
Yeah.
So it was a constant thing. But I think I lost a little bit of weight at the beginning because of the sickness. But I'm about a stone up from normal. But actually, it's one of the only times you just don't care.
Yeah, enjoy it.
I think kind of changes, doesn't it? Your perspective on like your body and how you see it's different, because then you're carrying life and it's like,
Yeah.
oh my God. And you know, because obviously all women do it, but you don't actually think about it, do you?
Well, they say that apparently a pregnant woman is running like on energy, like you would be doing something like a triathlon for 3 days in like Italy or something like that, constantly throughout your pregnancy. So you're
Really?
burning something
Didn't
like
know
5,000 calories a day. I mean,
That's pretty cool.
all those figures are
Oh,
probably
do you
wrong.
know, I'm quite lazy. I'm not sure I'm burning
But even
those.
just even just being awake,
Oh, really?
because your body is working
Is
so
that why the
hard.
first 12 weeks you're so knackered? Because I think it's crazy how you have a fully formed baby in the first trimester.
Yeah.
I find that incredible.
I know,
Yeah.
and like
no
all the
one-
personality, like all those kicks. Are you feeling any kicks yet?
I'm feeling the wave.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
That weird like
Butterflies, yeah.
It's a really odd feeling, but I'm getting used to it now, and I kind of know. And if I eat certain things, sugary things,
Yeah.
or fizzy or something, I can feel it. But I love it. It's
Do you
kind of that
talk-
nice little reassurance that
Yeah.
it's there.
Oh, do you talk to bump?
Not yet. I feel like it's a bit early.
Yeah.
Maybe
Yeah.
at the end.
Yeah.
I ended up really having random conversations with my bump.
Really?
And I don't even think my partner even
That
knows
does
this,
not
but-
surprise me one bit.
But in the shower would be my time to talk to Bump, because no one would really hear. Toilet felt a bit inappropriate, so it would be when I showered.
Hi boys.
Hey boys, you all right? Which one's moving today? Oh, crazy.
That's true.
So firstly, we've already said this,
Yeah.
but a huge congratulations on not only your pregnancy but your engagement this summer. What an
you.
exciting year you've had so far. How are you feeling?
It's been a crazy year, and actually quite overwhelming, because you go from just thinking about you, I guess, and then you're like, whoa, I've got a human growing inside me, and I'm getting married, and it's all of it. It's quite overwhelming, but really exciting.
Yeah.
And it feels right.
Yeah.
It feels really exciting. It feels like the right time. I wasn't expecting this year.
No.
But I'm embracing it and
It's
going with
fate
it.
though for you, isn't
Yeah.
it? I love the way the world works. As a first-time mum, what do you expect of motherhood?
Do you know what? I have no idea. And I think for me, it's a bit like ignorance is bliss. And I'm just sort of taking each day as it comes. You know, I think the first trimester for me was difficult and really hard. And now I'm like just really enjoying the second trimester.
Yeah.
And I think I'm just sort of taking it day by day. And also, with everyone's advice, I've learned the other day, someone gave me the best advice ever. And they said, learn to say thank you so much. I'll bear that in mind. And I'm really enjoying that phrase.
Yeah. I think it's funny because everyone has an opinion, don't they?
Yeah, it's bizarre. It's like all of a sudden everybody wants to talk about what you should do, what you shouldn't do. And yeah, I wish I'd have known that phrase.
I think like
I
you,
really
I
do.
wanted to find out my own way. So I was kind of keen to learn the hard way and do everything that I kind of wanted to do on my own rather than being told.
Whereas I wanted to know everything.
Did you?
And
I
which worked
did.
out better, so I know.
I don't know. I feel like we're in quite a good place at the moment. It took us 14 months, but I mean, Knox sleeps through the night. He's a very chilled baby.
I feel like I was very underprepared, really underprepared, because I didn't have the answers. No one really spoke honestly about the challenges that I would face as a twin mum and a mum. And I have to say the first 6 months were very painful for me and my partner.
Really?
But I think what made it harder was because we didn't have a support network around us, because my family lived in London, his family lived in America. And so what you really do need, Lucy, is someone to come in once or twice a week, even if they could do your wash load for you or let you nap for a few hours. Just having
Support, I guess.
support.
Yeah.
And I think I didn't have that regularly, and once a month, and that's not enough.
And you go to Lally, like if you didn't have a baby and you were at home ill for 2-3 weeks, you'd
Yeah.
go crazy,
Yeah.
wouldn't you?
Yeah.
So why would it be any difference when you've got
Exactly.
no sleep, babies
Well,
that need your
yeah.
attention all the time?
Yeah.
As long as
yeah.
you're willing to accept it, because I think my issue was that I wanted to learn the hard way. So I was like, no, I can do this on my own. And literally I had no sleep. Me and Andy argued all the time because he would say, why don't we try this? And I'd be like, I'm not doing that, because I'm a bit of like Mother Earth. I don't like letting the baby cry. I like picking them up straight away, that kind of thing. So
You
I
just
think
made it hard for yourself.
yeah, I did. I really, really made life so hard. And I think that's the best bit of advice that you could have is accept help and like let other people like take the baby away from you. They're not going to not love you anymore, are they?
No. I
so-
think a rested mum is a better mum and a happier baby, I think. But who knows? Whatever's right for you is right for you. You just got to do what you feel's right, and and take what you want from people's opinions, and then anything that you're not quite sure, and just leave it aside. I'll probably
Sounds
say
like
that.
good
Has your fiance Ryan Thomas given you any words of wisdom?
No, we have not really. It was a long time ago. So he obviously has got Scarlett. She's 11, and in a way though, I'm kind of like, not that he's given me words of wisdom, but I feel more relaxed because I know he's done it before, which is kind of an unusual situation because I know usually it's a lot of pressure on the mum.
Yeah.
I feel like he's taking a load off me because I've never even changed a nappy.
Yeah.
Have you held a baby?
Yeah, I've held a baby, but I've never. He's got a niece and a nephew, and the niece Elsie, she was born while we were together. So I love her and I spend a lot of time with her. But I'm just not. I haven't got any close family really, or friends, really close friends with babies. So I've not had that time. But I think because I know he's done it, I feel a little bit more relaxed.
Yeah,
and
'Cause
he
can
knows what
literally
he's
take
doing.
the reins when he needs to, can't he?
Yeah,
And-
and he was like, "Yeah, you should definitely breastfeed." I went, "I know your game. I have to do all the night feeds."
yeah, but you can pump as well. So
This is true.
No, I would have loved that actually, because I think we were so clueless, me and my partner Danny. We just did not know what to expect, and then we were both like, "What should we do?" When things happen that you're not quite sure on. At least you're going to have that. You'll be like, Ryan, and he's going to be like, don't worry, darling, it's all right.
Yeah,
That's
he's been
amazing.
through it
What a
all
lovely
before.
thing to have.
I just think it's crazy that it must feel like a million times more than this. But when you drive off, when you get your driving license and you're like, is this legal? And when you take a baby out of a hospital, you must be like, what? They're leaving me with
know.
this baby.
literally,
What do I do?
it's crazy, absolutely crazy.
I remember we were travelling from the hospital to where we live, and it's about a 15-minute drive. It took us 45 minutes. I've never seen my partner drive so slow over every little
'cause
bump.
he was so worried.
He was so
That's
nervous.
so cute.
And then I was like,
love
are they
that.
breathing in the back of the car? Are they breathing? Oh my God. Because they're so tiny in the
Well, they
little
don't
car
even
seats.
tell you how to strap them in, do they? Like, all the midwives were like, this is not our job. We don't tell you how to strap your babies in. And you're like, what? Like, of course I didn't watch the YouTube tutorial on how to strap my baby in before I got
You
here.
can't watch a YouTube tutorial on everything.
I know,
exactly,
I know.
exactly.
And that was my fear. So little Knox was like rammed into this car seat, and he was fine. We're fine now.
I think once you've given birth and you're kind of all them hormones are going on, everything feels so overwhelming. And so just give yourself a break and just breathe, and it'll all work itself out. And I'm so pleased that Ryan has had some experience, because that already sets my mind. I'm rested for you. I feel like, oh God, this is going to be all right. I'm just going to deal with this. I'm going to smash it.
I mean, it's 11 years ago. I'm not sure how much he remembers.
It's like riding a bike, apparently. You never forget.
What have you found the most challenging about the first 12 weeks of pregnancy?
The first 12 weeks, I think everything.
Yeah.
I think, first of all, the initial, wow, this is happening. Because I think for a guy, they become a dad when the baby's born.
Yeah.
When you look at that stick and the lines on it, well, actually mine just said 2-3 weeks, you're like, oh, I'm a mum now. Like, I can't have a drink tonight. I know that sounds, not that I wanted one, I felt awful, but it's just
Everything
from that
changes,
moment,
doesn't it?
it's not about you anymore.
Yeah.
And it's very much like a click of your fingers, like, this is it, your life is different. And that I found really hard to accept.
Yeah.
And then the tiredness, not being able to work as much, the sickness, not being able to work out, the eating only beige food. So, and I felt really guilty because I thought, I eat really well and I'm pregnant, I'm growing my own human, and I can't put any nutrients in me because it won't stay in my body. I'm sick every time I smell anything, and you just feel this guilt, like, oh, I hope. And then everyone goes, well, you know, that can last the full 9 months, and you're like, oh no.
Yeah.
It panics you, doesn't it? And it's crazy because this mum guilt, you think it's going to be when the baby arrives, but actually mum guilt, I don't know if you've heard of this, so many women are suffering with it at the moment, but you don't think that it's going to start right from when you conceive, but it does. Like I had the exact same thing. I felt guilty about everything that I was doing, and
I felt resentment actually towards Andy.
Did you?
Yeah, because I was
he
like,
doesn't go through what we go through.
yeah, and like I was lying on the sofa and he was jetting off to Lisbon, and I was like, hold on a minute, this is your baby as well, and I'm having to live through like 10 months of hell essentially. And I didn't feel guilt, I felt hate.
Oh my God, there's quite a lot of women who
feel
do
guilt
say
now.
that, actually,
I feel guilt now.
It's true. But it's your baby equally, but you have to go through the hard
Yeah.
stuff, and they can never relate. But I think Ryan got an appreciation of how hard it was when, you know, my head was down the toilet 8 times a day.
Yeah, and he's
He
holding
just
your
went-
hair back.
And he just went, he went, I hate being sick. I can't bear being sick once a year. I don't know how you're doing this. You're amazing.
Yeah.
And it is nice to have that
Respect.
You know, yeah.
yeah.
I think it's amazing to have a supportive person by your side to get you through, because you do need that person, because you're ultimately going through it physically and mentally. They're just seeing it mentally, how you're dealing with it. So it's just having that reassurance that you're going to be okay, almost like someone behind you in the ring when you're boxing match, and they're just there, and all them words of wisdom. So any dads who are listening to this, keep up that sort of like positivity, because it is challenging.
Even down to the labour as well. Andy was like, it was like a football game. He was like, come on, you can do this. So I'm like, we're not scoring a goal here. I am
Try
doing
not to
that.
think about it.
The mum guilt though, do you feel like that's the guilt that you're feeling for your baby or for you and kind of your lifestyle?
I think a bit of both. I hated not being able to do as much at the beginning, and I couldn't accept it. I was like, I want to go to work, I want to work out, you know. But I think as soon as I did accept it, my life got easier. I was just trying to fight it. I was like trying to train, but run into the toilet to be sick, and I was no energy, and I thought, what am I doing?
Yeah.
It just relaxed. So I just took the first trimester off working out, and I just ate beige food, and I put my feet up.
Well, I mean, you seem incredibly relaxed now, and like you're in the groove of pregnancy, and like it's going really well for you.
Yeah, the second trimester is the breeze. I'm loving life. Honestly, it's, as soon as I hit about between 11 to 13 weeks, I felt like a weight had been lifted. I had my energy back. I was eating normal food again. I could actually have food in the fridge because I couldn't open the fridge.
Oh, me too. Like literally, I could smell it from upstairs actually.
Oh, anything. And like Ryan would put
breath.
aftershave on, and I would go, are like, oh, go away from me. It's like, oh, that's not kind of what I was expecting.
It's crazy though, isn't it? Because you spend so much time like loving your partner, and then when you get pregnant, which is the end goal, you literally hate them. Repulsed. Andy was so insulted. He was like, I have to sit on the other side of the sofa. I was like, please, I will be sick if you touch me.
Oh no, it's everything.
It's so hard. But the cologne thing is like, I remember going, baby, you're gonna have to stop doing that.
Anything with vanilla.
He couldn't wear any vanilla.
Yeah,
tobacco,
I get flashbacks.
Vanilla,
Yeah.
Tom Ford.
Oh, that's gone.
No,
That's gone.
all my diffusers, all the Jo Malone diffusers are out.
Yeah.
All the candles, no candles can be lit. If anyone sent me flowers to say, because obviously we just got engaged, so I had a house of flowers. I was like, oh no. Get them out. Mum can have them. Take them to Mum's house. I couldn't deal with any smell. It was also, it's like the nice smells, and it's the strong salmon. I couldn't sit in a restaurant.
Maybe that's why you were doing all the beige as well, because that's all the kind of plain salty foods. Did you have any cravings actually? So you knew it was going to be a boy?
No, not as much. I think I'm kind of eating everything now. I love cereal. I never ate cereal before, and I'll wake up at 4 a.m. still. This has happened the whole way through, and I have to have a bowl of cereal
In the middle of the night?
In the middle of the night. If not, I can't sleep because my stomach is so
hungry.
painful. The hunger pains. I've done Bear Grylls and not eaten for 28 days, and the hunger pains are worse now.
Wow, seriously?
Yeah. That's how me and Ryan met.
Yes.
I knew
Starving
that,
on a deserted island, just how all normal couples meet. That's why we're not very normal.
But eating through the night is bringing back memories of me. I used to stuff my face with crackers.
Take biscuits to bed, don't
I used
they?
to have crackers if I felt in the middle of the night, if I woke up feeling sick, ginger biscuits or crackers.
Yeah.
Me too.
But you know what? Nothing really works. I did a blog on morning sickness, and I think actually a big part of it was just accept it. Just accept that it is like this, and everyone gives you all this advice, but they kind of help, like eating small, little and often, very like beige foods, dry foods, but actually you just feel a bit rubbish.
You look like you're glowing now.
Good.
And I'm sure you were glowing the whole way through.
Oh no, not at the beginning. I was not glowing. I looked grey and I was chained to my toilet.
Mine lasted 5 months.
Oh, you poor thing.
I was off work for 5 months.
Oh.
It was just awful. Absolutely awful. But then when you get through, it's like, I can enjoy this now.
You think, is this what normal feels like?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. And then
you
you
have
really
a new
do appreciate.
appreciation,
Yeah. So you were saying before, you lead such an active life. How is that adjustment, to having the bump, and then like, how does it make you feel that you've had to make such a shift in your life?
Active wise, I really struggled at the beginning not being able to train, and then about 13 weeks I introduced exercise again. And
How did you do that? Because
How
both
did I
of
do
us
it?
suffered from it, and I used to teach ballet bar, and I had to stop completely because I literally couldn't even go.
So
in
how
the gym.
did I get back into it? I think partly because it is my job. Results for Lucy needs Lucy, because otherwise it's results without Lucy. It doesn't have the same ring to it.
0 results because no one's getting anywhere.
But I think I wanted to be involved. We have a pre and postnatal plan. So one, I really wanted to be involved in that, and I wanted to feel strong enough. And actually, a big part of it for me was my mental health. It was strong. I would say, 70% of the reason that I train is my mental health as well as my physical health, and I needed it. I was so desperate to get back, and I think one of the first things I did was like a dance fit class. And I just had this smile on my face, and I went home happy, and I was like, I feel like me again.
Yeah.
And I needed that.
Yeah.
I think that it's so important, isn't it?
Oh, hugely. Because I didn't exercise through pregnancy because I was so poorly. And by 5 months, I was huge with twins, with my twin bump. But I do think that I wish I'd have known. I wish I'd have spoken to you.
Well, it's preparation, isn't it, for
Yeah.
labour as well? Even if you're having a C-section
I
or
think
anything
people are
like
scared
that.
as well. And
Yeah.
if you're tired and you can't do it, I think don't do it. I think you have to listen to your body.
Yeah.
I couldn't at the beginning, and I can now, so that's fine. And I think everyone's different. And some people, I always say, people have asked for advice, and I say, even if you just go for a walk, get your head,
Clear your mind.
get out in the fresh air, go for a walk, do something, and it makes you
feel better.
Yeah.
You're so right. Like they do say, I know we did another podcast with another guest, and he was saying that actually the reason you feel sick is something to do with blood flow. And it's your body
is it?
kind of shutting you down because it's overworking. So it's making you rest. And that's the way you rest, because obviously you feel nauseous the whole
I've
time.
heard about food as well. Apparently, it's your body protecting you, because at the beginning, if you get food poisoning and things,
That's why
it's
you
the
eat
most
beige.
dangerous. So your body's drawn to very bland beige food, because if you think about it, what could give you food poisoning?
Yeah.
And bland
Absolutely.
beige foods.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It's that instinct, and it's unbelievable, isn't it? That instinct in you saying, no, actually avoid that. I remember specifically craving tuna. I really wanted tuna for some reason, because maybe it's because of the off the limits, and I never really ate too much tuna.
Oh, yeah,
but
the forbidden fruit. You're not really
it's
allowed much
ridiculous.
tuna, are you?
But I remember getting this tuna. No, it was chicken. Danny got me chicken.
Oh my God,
brought
now
it
you
home.
sound like
Sorry.
Jessica Simpson. Chicken of the sea.
He brought back this chicken because I was craving. I said, no, I think I might be able to eat chicken. And then I opened the packet up, and then I was like,
No.
there's something wrong with the chicken. He went, what? I went, there's something wrong with that chicken. I said, I'm not eating it. I said, there's something wrong with that chicken. Anyway,
did
Daddy
you
was like,
eat
what?
it?
No, he sliced it open and it was raw inside.
You just knew.
But I just knew.
It's like
I
your
had
body
this
tells you.
sense.
Isn't that weird? And I was thinking, well, one of the first signs for me was I had an espresso martini, and it just literally made me be sick. But obviously, my body didn't want the
doing its
coffee, and it
job.
didn't want the
Yeah.
alcohol.
Yeah.
But isn't it strange?
Yeah, I just love, like, I am absolutely fascinated by the way a woman's body works now.
Yeah.
Like, you just don't appreciate it. And I sit down, and I'm actually completely going off the subject, but we're watching Grey's Anatomy at the moment. And, you know, like, watching a hospital-related program, you have such appreciation for doctors.
Yeah.
Well, that's the same way I feel about women now. Everyone, I want to see their story. I want to hear their labour experience. And I just find everyone has something to add
Yeah.
to kind of your journey as a mother that you can kind of take advice off.
You do
them
feel like
on.
you're in a special clique when
Yeah.
you become a mum.
Like,
And
I'm
then that-
desperate to hear about everything that you have to say, because it's so exciting.
You don't want to know everything. There's a lot of things actually that I didn't know, and I wish people spoke about more.
Oh, tell me.
Oh, I don't know. But there's lots. I think the changes in your body and certain functions of your body
Yeah.
change. And like my boobs, I've
Yeah.
gone from a B to an E
Yeah.
Wow.
in 18 weeks.
And I bet Ryan isn't complaining.
He's not complaining, no. But it's things like that. Everyone goes, oh, your boobs grow and blah, 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 and your body changes. But I didn't quite realise it changed quite so quickly. And pelvic floor, not as great.
Yeah. Are you
And
finding
everyone
that you're
talks
still
about
able
it
to work
after.
on
Yeah.
it?
Everyone talks after, but no one talks about this bit before. No one talks about the mental health side before.
Yeah.
Everyone talks about postnatal depression. No one talks about before. And I wouldn't say I experienced it, but if I didn't train, I definitely could imagine.
Yeah,
that
because you're
I
already
wouldn't
kind of
feel-
losing who you are as a
Yeah.
person, aren't you? You're kind of sacrificing everything for the
Yeah.
baby that's not even born yet.
Yeah, but a lot of people, I think they have the baby and it's all fine to talk about it then, but I think people don't really during the pregnancy.
I agree.
And there's loads of these amazing pictures on Instagram of everyone dressing their bum really gorgeous, but not actually talking about what they might be going through. And also your hormones.
Yeah.
And you
Oh my
look
God.
at everyone on Instagram, they're all happy and all this, and you think, yeah,
Yeah, that's not right.
8 months
The
pregnant.
crying, I literally used to cry every week, I think.
Yeah.
It became quite annoying.
Yeah, I probably had happy tears and sad tears
Yeah.
the whole duration.
Or
of
just
pregnancy.
emotional, like I cry at an advert now,
Yeah.
and I never would before.
No,
Yeah.
I was quite cold-hearted, I think, and now literally I'm like goosebumps with every pregnancy story, crying at everything.
And there's certain TV shows that I cannot watch now. Like I cannot watch if it's got a little bit of violence in it. I'm like, oh no, I don't
Oh,
want to watch it.
really? Isn't that
because
funny?
before when I was pregnant, I had it. I had this wave of anxiety. Like, oh my God, this is really, really. I felt like I was in the TV. I was that connected with
Yeah.
the story. And now, even I find it hard to tolerate violent programs. I have to really say, right, I mean, this is a TV show. Because my hormones are still crazy, and I don't think people talk about that. I mean,
No.
the boys are nearly at 1 next week.
I think you've still got another 2 months of hormones.
my
Mine was
hormones are
14
crazy.
months, and then
Really?
I was like, oh my God, I was a crank. Like, I was like mean to people because you just become so possessive, and like it's your job to bring up this child. And now I'm like, why was I so mean? But you can't help it. Because
You
it's
can't
all
help how
hormonal.
whatever
Yeah.
you.
Hormones are very powerful
Yeah.
things, I think.
Yeah.
And you know, you can feel it yourself bubbling, and you're like, control yourself.
Yeah. I had it.
You
This
know
morning.
it's not yourself. I think the anxiety thing is a massive issue
Yeah.
as well. But I didn't realise how much that would change. I feel the same. I was watching a series called Money Heist, and I couldn't sleep afterwards. And I would never, things like that would never bother me.
Yeah.
Well, you start thinking about the situations you're going to put your child into, don't you? And like, are they going to be safe doing that, or am I overreacting?
Yeah.
Did you are you experiencing them crazy nightmares? Weird nightmares, vivid nightmares.
I do actually. I never even thought about the link. Is that a link?
I think
so, yeah.
Nightmares.
Because I found that I was having the most bizarre, weird
Oh
dreams.
my God, I had a weird one the other night about breastfeeding.
Did you?
It was like I was trying to breastfeed and it was coming out the wrong place.
No way. You're like, feed my baby, please.
And it was coming out of like over here, like on my arm, and it wasn't coming out the right place. And I was really upset. And I woke up distraught, sweating. I was like, that was weird.
But do you know what? That actually happens because on your nipple, there's loads of different exit holes.
Yeah,
for
there's
the
not just
milk.
one.
So it actually can
Spurts.
go to the side.
Oh, so this was real.
So you
Yeah.
actually,
So maybe this wasn't a nightmare. This is just the future.
Yeah.
this is your body
A
preparing
premonition.
you. That's really cool, actually.
That is cool. Have you
Oh,
got like a
God.
plan in place of how you kind of want to like move forward as a mother, or are you just kind of sticking to go with the
Honestly,
flow?
and this might be really this, I don't know if this is a bad thing, but no, not at all. I'm not actually trying to think about it because I think it's quite overwhelming.
Yeah.
I think if you sit there and go through everything, there's so much as well. Where do you start? Breastfeeding, birth, like prepping the nursery, and I don't know, there's so much. But you know, I think it's quite, all I've done is buy a cot. Which I don't know if that's even a sensible
It's
thing
important.
to do.
You need
and
it.
I just feel like I needed to do something.
Yeah.
But at the moment, I'm just really relaxed. But yeah, I think after Christmas, I'm going to start putting some things into place. But yeah.
I think you'll feel when it's the right time to do stuff. There's no right or wrong. Just I always say day by day, and you'll figure stuff out as you go along.
It's actually made me more relaxed in a way. Because
Yeah.
I'm quite a control freak. I like, with work and everything, I'm quite, you know, even like a holiday, I'll plan it down to everything. And with work, I'm the same. I'm a list person. I've got a list for a list for a list in my notes on my phone. And actually, it's the first time I actually feel quite at ease.
Yeah.
And I'm realising that I can't really plan everything because it's pretty impossible. So I'm just kind of, like you say, going with it day by day.
It's a gift, I think, of pregnancy, that
Yeah.
you get a perspective that you never had before.
Yeah.
And it allows you to... had the same. I felt so serene, even though I was vomiting. I felt that inner calm, and that's carried on, actually, into going back to work. I have this inner calm, but also this sense of empowerment. Like, nothing stresses me out anymore because the most important thing is my boys. And so you've got so many exciting things to come. You'll be like, when you get back to work,
It does-
or you might be continuing at the moment.
Yeah.
but-
Yeah.
Have you set a goal of like what you want to do in terms of work? Do you want to carry on working the whole way through, or are you going to kind of take some time for yourself?
I feel like my work, I'm very lucky because I'm, you know,
You're your
because
own
it's my
boss.
own, because I'm my own boss, I can kind of pick and choose when I go, in which, although I found hard not going at the beginning, it was a luxury for me. That a lot of women that I sort of see on the tube and I think, I don't know how you do it, you deserve a medal, because I think they're amazing for getting on the tube at 6:30 in the morning with morning sickness or a huge bump. And not everyone gets up, and this winds me up.
Yeah.
I've seen men not get up for women with a bump on the tube, and I think I'm very lucky in that respect. But I'm going to carry on. My office is very nearby, and I've got a team of, actually, we're all women at the moment, which is amazing, and a couple of mummies in the office. So I think it's just a nice environment. I love it, and I'm going to just try, and even afterwards, I've already in my head see myself with my newborn baby straight away back in the office with my cat.
Yeah.
And I think that's what the beauty of this and motherhood journey is, that you set the rules. You do what you want to do. Don't worry about anything else going on. Just be you and your baby, and all things will fall into place.
But like when you say about that, you feel more at ease and relaxed and perspective. I'm like, also, if I don't go in, nothing's going to happen.
Yeah.
They can call me. I can be on my emails. It's not the end of the world.
Yeah,
exactly.
exactly. And it's also nice to kind of have that sense of your own self, because that was one of the things that I struggled with the most after giving birth, is you then become like a sole provider, obviously with your partner or husband as well, but looking after this baby, you kind of forget who you are as a woman. And I think that by you being allowed and allowing yourself to think, I'm just going to go in if I need to, I'm not going to feel like I have to take maternity leave, because at the end of the day, I want to run this business and get everything and keep everything turning over. So I think that's amazing. But in terms of pregnancy, and obviously you've been through those first 12 weeks, are you still feeling exhausted, and how are you keeping yourself motivated now when you could kind of sit back and relax and not do much?
I love it. Exercises make me feel good. I'm training at the moment 5 times a week.
Wow.
Brilliant.
I'm still working all week and extra weekends like now.
Yeah.
It's not a weekend, it's a Monday.
It feels like it though.
Baby brain, it feels like a Sunday today. And I love it. And I think when I do feel tired, I have a rest, I have a nap, and I have a day off.
Yeah.
So I think it's not putting that pressure on yourself. But I love it. I love working out and I love working, and I don't know if it's because the first 12 weeks were so horrendous. I feel amazing. I feel like I've got loads of energy.
Yeah.
I'm sure by third trimester that might change.
No, I think it gets better actually, doesn't it? Like
Does
I
it?
remember,
Do you not feel really
even when
heavy?
I remember thinking I can do another month of this when it was like my 40 weeks, and I was literally like,
Did you really?
huge, yeah.
Because all my friends that have had babies are all like, you get to the end and you're like, just hurry up.
Well, I was trying to do exercise at that point because I hadn't done it before, so I was doing the things like you were, like walking and like my squats to try and lower the baby and twist the baby round so he was head down and stuff. But I enjoyed that bit. It was the first bit I enjoyed actually.
Obviously I had sickness till 5 months, and then I started to feel what you did, like, oh, I want to do everything now, I feel great. Oh, how amazing it is that you don't wake up feeling sick, like you feel appreciate what it was like before.
That normality. I don't feel sick. This
Yeah.
is amazing.
But I was exhausted. I was absolutely exhausted up until the end, and the last sort of, oh, my little puppy's come and cuddled Lucy and Bum.
Oh.
Do you know the little babba there? I found it really hard at the end, and I was like, yeah, I'm ready. And we ended up having the boys at 35 weeks. So obviously that's normal for twin pregnancies, but I did feel that lull. So I think the second trimester is just go for it, enjoy it, embrace it, and then if you're lucky and have it like you did, Joey, brilliant. But if you don't, then don't worry either. But then every journey's different. Everyone's experience in pregnancy is different.
And I think don't feel guilty for working, and don't feel guilty if you can't do anything and you're too tired.
Yeah.
If you are suffering from the sickness, which I don't even know how to pronounce, I'm going to attempt to say hypermassus gravidiam.
Can anyone pronounce
No,
that word?
whatever it is, it's the sickness that we know Kate Middleton had,
I
and
had
obviously
it.
Emma had as well. But how can you kind of combat that and incorporate some sort of like health? Like, have you learned anything from your pre and postnatal exercises and things like that you could do?
For me, as I've said before, it's just accepting it, and don't try and fight it. I think that was the biggest thing for me, and I didn't train because it was just horrendous. I didn't want to, and I ate little and often because I kept trying to fight it, going for lunch and things and having a meal, and then being like, oh no, that was a really bad, really, really bad idea. But yeah, I've done a blog on it, on Results with Lucy, and it's gone down really well. And
We'll share that blog actually. We'll make sure.
Share the blog. And ice lollies really helped me.
Really?
Yes, me
I think
too.
it was the sugar kick, and it was keeping me hydrated because I think I couldn't even water. Even water, I was like, oh, yuck, water. So that I would have like 5 ice lollies a day.
Yeah, I had the same. I'd go for a little light walk. That's what I could do because I suffered with this condition, and I went for literally 10 minutes. It felt like I'd been out for an hour, and I had a massive ice pole lolly that I would take round with me. That's so funny that we've both come to that, because my partner just said to me, why don't you try an ice lolly? It's cool, it'll keep you cool, because my hormones, my heat was
Hangover. I
raging.
quite like
Oh
an
my
ice.
God.
It is like a hangover. It's like 3 months. Well, you 5 months.
Yeah.
Poor thing.
I
3
think I
month
had it till
hangover.
20 weeks. I don't know how long that is.
4, 8, 12,
that's-
16.
But you were in hospital and I wasn't. I literally just was on my sofa being sick.
Oh God, I can't even do maths now. My brain
That's
just won't
5 months,
work.
right?
Yeah.
Maybe 5 months,
You
yeah.
did
But
that
I
same.
remember thinking it was never going to end, and even the doctors were getting worried, and I got tablets. But then they're like, maybe you shouldn't take the tablets because then that can cause complications with the baby and all of that kind of
It's
thing.
all this scaremongering, isn't
Yeah.
it? It's all a bit scary. I didn't take anything. I was like, my body feels sick. I'm just going to let it do what it needs to do. And I'm going to feel horrendous for however long I'm going to feel horrendous for. But for me, I felt like I'm not going to do anything. I'm just going to push through.
Being sick makes you feel better though, doesn't it? Do you feel like you're in nesting mode now?
Nesting? Oh, I don't know. I think I am subconsciously without realising.
Yeah, maybe that's where like the energy and everything's coming from.
Maybe. I'm definitely tidier because I'm not a tidy person. I'm clean, just not tidy. There's clothes everywhere normally, which is not as bad at the moment. Usually there's clothes, makeup. My dressing rooms are horrendous. But I'm already like putting plans for the house. I've lived in my house I built my house 4 years ago and it's still not done. It's still very white walls and minimalistic, and now I want to make it homely.
Yeah.
So I feel like I've started ordering things and plants and things that I don't think I would have bothered with before.
Yeah.
So I guess I am
Just
nested.
creating this tranquil zone for you
Yeah.
to kind of like live in and
but I didn't realise I was actually till you asked.
Yeah.
But that makes sense.
Well, I just wondered if that's where maybe your energy and zest for life came from, because I know that there was a point where I clicked and suddenly I was like, right, I'm getting rid of everything. You know, when you just like throw loads of, I was like, the house is
do
getting
not need
completely
this.
spring cleaned, because I was so petrified about germs and stuff like that as well, that I just wanted it to be a clean environment. Now is an absolute tip. But-
Baby's taken over.
Yeah, literally.
I think for me, the energy is having my independence again. Because it sounds mad because I know I haven't got the baby yet, but I feel like it straight away, as soon as you find out you're pregnant, you kind of aren't yourself anymore, are you?
Yeah.
You're two people, you've got
whole
to look
new
after
person.
someone else. I mean, your social life isn't the same, let's face it.
Yeah.
And I don't resent it, actually. It's just different. You have to adapt.
Yeah.
And I want to fill my day with other stuff. I don't want to sit at home while my friends are out drinking and resenting them. I want to go and do something with my day.
Yeah.
Have you been lucky enough to have a lot of friends around you that have kind of either been through the same thing or are going through it? And
My best friend Lydia is about 10 days, I think, in front of me. So it's the dream. And everyone has said you are so lucky.
Yeah, I wish
literally
I'd have
couldn't
had
plan
that.
it better.
Yeah.
And you weren't planning it.
No, we both just found out together. She called me, and then actually it was her that made me realise that I was actually.
Yeah.
Because I was like, oh, I don't feel quite myself. Maybe I should take a test.
Oh my
But
God.
it is lovely, and we're going through maybe slightly different experiences, but it's nice because if one of us hasn't experienced something, we tell each other and we're like, oh, maybe that's to come next. And she hasn't actually got quite as big bump as me, and she hates it and she feels like it's not normal, but then people tell me I'm huge, so I think it's one of those things. I think this bump shaming thing's really weird.
Awful.
And last night this woman in the pub went to me, just having my roast dinner and minding my own business. She went, how many weeks are you? And I told her, and she went, you're massive. I was like, oh. And I don't actually take it offensively.
No.
I don't mind it because I love my bump. And my friend Lydia, I think she would like to have a little bit more of a bump. And I think in the end we'll just even out, or she'll take over.
Absolutely.
And everyone grows at different rates. But my mum said she didn't have a bump at my stage. But
My
It
mum
is-
didn't either, actually, and I had a massive bump. I
Oh,
looked like
did
I was
you?
carrying twins, yeah, but it was all just water.
It's funny because every bump is different and every journey is different, and you will pick and choose areas which are similar and help each other through. But the bump shaming thing is unbelievable, isn't it? It's weird how once you become pregnant, people feel like they have the right to comment on your how you look.
Yeah.
And I find that even postpartum, people commenting on how I look or how people look.
Yeah, you're too
And it's-
skinny, that kind of thing.
And yeah, whether you've lost baby
oh,
weight
I hope
or
they say that to
haven't.
me. I don't mind that one.
But
You're like, do I?
But it's interesting though, like that people feel like they can make a comment on how you look.
Yeah.
And it's just like, wow.
Yeah, they suddenly feel like they're entitled just because you're pregnant, you're carrying a baby or
It's
something
like,
like that.
oh, you're huge, but you haven't got the swollen face yet. And I'm thinking, I hope I haven't yet.
Yeah, I hope I'm not getting
Maybe
it at
at 8
all.
months, 9 months, but not now.
How have you changed your style in terms of dressing your bump?
It's different, isn't it? I mean, I will show you, lovely lady, my lovely maternity jeans on. They're the comfiest things in the world. They're never going. I think not massively. Not all of my wardrobe's maternity yet. Anyway, I just going a size up at the minute.
Yeah.
But you just, I think the biggest thing for me actually is my boobs rather than my bump, because I've never really had boobs before.
Are you embracing them?
Oh yeah. I think I was always about my waist. I had a 25-inch waist.
Wow.
And obviously not anymore. So I think for now it's like I always think, enhance what's good, and I'm like, okay, well, I've got great boobs, I don't have a waist anymore, that's fine. But I haven't really changed it. Maybe a bit more floaty stuff because it's more comfortable.
Yeah.
It's just way more comfortable, and maternity jeans are the best things invented. Loads of culottes now, loads of like floaty dresses with a leather jacket, that kind of vibe.
Yeah.
I love that.
I actually stole my partner's clothes. By the end, I was wearing his clothes because all that oversized stuff was in, and I just thought I'm not, because I actually don't like that much maternity wear.
No.
And I didn't have the luxury of you to go in up a size because my bump was so big that
You were going up like 5
I was going up
sizes.
a size in men's clothes.
Yeah, and then it doesn't look right anyway. When you go, I think that's with the jeans. I went up a size and I thought, why am I bothering? Just because then they're huge on your
Around
bum
the
and
knees,
everywhere
yeah.
else, and you think, what's the point? Let's go for maternity. But I think the maternity jeans, I would say, if you're pregnant, are a must.
Yeah.
And everything else, if you can go up like 2 sizes, or maternity wear is hard, isn't it?
Yeah.
Floaty
dresses.
We always say if Levi's 501s did maternity range, it would smash it, wouldn't it? Oh, wouldn't it be amazing?
The dream.
It would be the dream. So on Monday Mumday podcast series, it's all about how hard parenthood can be. Now, obviously, you're
not there
yet. Yeah, you're on the way. But what we talk about is what we normally ask our guests is sort of like, if you were to be given a piece of advice before you had a baby, what would it be? So has your parents maybe given you advice on sort of like what they wish they'd have known before?
Oh, that's so hard. I actually don't know yet. I think, as I said before, is the best bit of advice so far I've had is take everyone's advice and say, thank you very much. I'll bear that in mind. Or I'll take that on board. Oh yeah, well, thank you so much. Yeah, of course, I never thought of that. And then you just like, yeah, whatever. With most of it. But I think that's probably one of the best pieces of advice, because I think you should never get into a debate, because everyone is unique and different and their experiences are. And I think I've already had you have to breastfeed, you have to do this, and also a lot of you shouldn't be exercising. And it's hard because you're like, and I go, oh, okay, that's your opinion, thank you very much.
Yeah, it's definitely a good one, I must say, because when you become a mum that goes to coffee mornings, you need that line. Yeah.
So if anyone's listening and is pregnant, we would love you to go and check out Lucy's blog, and we also want you to go and check out her results with Lucy, because I think it's going to help. I really wish that I'd have looked into this more, because I do feel like I lost part of myself in pregnancy because I didn't exercise, and I think there would have been some moves that I could have been doing that would have helped. And it's amazing that you are doing the pre and post pregnancy exercises, so thank you for giving that service to women, because you inspire so many women. You inspire us, and I think you're going to inspire many more women. So
thank you
exactly.
so much.
Well, thank you so much, and we're going to keep up to date with everything on your Instagram as well. I can't wait to see baby.
I know.
Me too.
You've been a joy. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, ladies.
Thank you. Thank you guys so much for listening to this week's episode of Monday Mumday. If you guys want to keep up with everything Lucy is getting up to, you can follow her on her Instagram at LucyMeck1, and also at Results with Lucy. So as you guys know, every week Emma and I talk about
Our
favourite
products. I love this bit.
Yes, me too, because I just love reviewing products. Anyway, so this week for me, it is the Marie Chantal Silver Cross Reflex Buggy. That was a whole mouthful. And basically, I love buggies, and this is my absolute favourite because it's super luxury. It's got adjustable hands, really good brakes, really good shopping basket underneath, super easy to open out, really good rain cover. That's quite important with like Britain's weather. And Knox loves it, mostly because, all of these buggies that pack down, this one's umbrella folding actually, you tend to be kind of reclined while sitting in them, whereas this one you can sit literally vertical, and he loves it. He sits forward looking at everything that's going on in life, and he literally buzzes. So that is my ultimate favourite, and it's kind of like the Rolls Royce of buggies. It has
really
like leatherette
is.
handles, like embossing with like a little princess, because it's actually Her Royal Highness Marie Chantal who designed it. At nursery, all the nursery nurses have said, if we ever have kids, this is the buggy we're going to have. We love it so much. It's easy to push. It's like everything about it is great. So it's got their seal of approval as well. But it retails at £400, so it's slightly more expensive, but it's worth every penny. And
I mean, I did consider a Silver Cross,
Did
because
you?
I used to have a Silver Cross twin buggy. And I've got loads of pictures. They're so iconic, aren't they? 'Cause it's been going for years.
I love it's British as well.
Yeah. We did end up going with the Mountain Duo buggy, but it was definitely a consideration. I think it's a fantastic brand.
Well, it's suitable from birth as well, which you wouldn't think for an umbrella folding, but it is.
Wow.
It's got a little birth pad.
People should go and get this, baby.
Yeah.
So, Joey, this week, my favourite product is called Orange Bibs. I don't know if you've heard of them, but they're very new. They're an eco-friendly brand. They are 100% sustainable, which is amazing. they're basically an orange bib.
Yeah.
And the reason why they picked orange for the colour was because of all the stains.
I mean, tomato stains are just a nightmare, aren't they?
I've got about 150 bibs that are sat in their wardrobe, not being used, because I'm like, I can't put them in there.
It looks dirty when you put them on, doesn't it? Yeah.
So this kind of avoids that situation. They're really, really big. So, you know, cover majority of the baby, which is good. And they tie at the back so they grow with the baby, which is amazing. They're a Manchester brand. And you know me, I live in Manchester, so I like to support Manchester people. And they only retail at $14.99. And I just think they're such a clever idea. It was a husband and wife came up with the idea when they were off on maternity leave. And I mean, Knox has got 2 actually, and he loves them.
Really? He actually wouldn't let me take one off the other day. I think he thinks he looks pretty in it.
Oh, he would look pretty in everything.
Well, our whole wardrobe kind of matches now because I'm fed up with the orange stains on everything. So we only buy maroon and brown, basically.
I'm going to do that now.
Yeah, well, guys, thank you so much for listening. We hope you
it's
enjoyed.
been fantastic.
Just another Monday, Monday. Just another Monday, Monday.
So, Emma, before we go, can you give me 3 reasons why you love our sponsor, Nano Baby, so much?
This is really easy to answer. Okay, 1, as I said earlier, they're great for stacking in the fridge. 2, you can pump them directly into your bottle using their adapter, so no risk of spilling.
Woohoo!
Yeah, and you preserve the nutrients in the breast milk as it cools down and heats up twice as fast.
Oh my gosh, yes.
Honestly though, I really wish that this brand was around when I was breastfeeding the twins. I had so much anxiety around this. I used to hate when Danny would leave and I'd have to do it all on my own, and this would have just taken all of that stress out.
And I love the fact that it's shaped like a breast for easy holding for little hands.
Yeah, the twins are currently making me do all the hard work. And so I'm hoping now they'll be able to grip onto that bottle and just toddle around drinking the milk, and I can just sit and have a cup of tea.
So whether you want to get your partner involved, you're going back to work, or you just need a break like Emma.
Yeah, I need a break.
It's the perfect companion for your breastfeeding journey.
Available in John Lewis, Mamas and Papas, and Nano Baby online.
www.nanobaby.co.uk.
Thanks for listening.